All right, welcome everybody. It's November already. That's crazy. Let me just turn up my sound a little bit, and I didn't mute everybody. I should have done that before I hit record, but I forgot because it just makes a little better recording that way. So I'm going to screen share with you for a few minutes here. Hang on a second, and we'll do like that. Ta-da! Welcome. So welcome everybody. This is our Inspiration Nation team call. We try and do this every week on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock Eastern time, and all coaches are welcome. Brand new from veteran coaches, everybody's welcome here. So I'm excited that you're on with us tonight because I am really pumped about what we're going to talk about with our Cash for the Holidays and this new idea of playing a little game in there and maybe even playing it in Inspiration Nation too. So hopefully that will be something that will keep everybody motivated and maybe something we can use ongoing as we move forward. But before we get to that, we're going to do a little bit of shout outs. So I realized today that I never officially did the end of the month shout out because some magic happened. And I just wanted to give some Success Club shout outs to all these wonderful people who made it on the board. Shannon had a ridiculous SC22, which was awesome. Andrea, who's brand spanking new, had SC15. Mia made it to SC10. And then we had our SC5 Success Club earners. Jen at SC8, Jeannie at SC7, but really 9 because she gave 2 to her mom. Kathy at SC6, Selena at SC6, Julie at SC6, Michelle at SC6, Nadine, Nikki, and Terry all at SC6. And then look at all these people who made it on the board, which is awesome as well. So I can't wait to see what happens for November because I think we're going to even blow this one out of the water. But maybe even better than that was that we just found out, we have to give a shout out to the new little baby that was just born. Welcome to baby Aiden. I know Katie's not on the call, but I wanted to give a little shout out to this little guy who was born today, 7 pounds, 14 ounces, and he was a little overdue. So we're very glad that he's finally here, and isn't he a cutie? So congrats to Katie. Okay, so November promos, hopefully you've heard this, but if you didn't already know, there's a lot on sale this month, which will be really helpful to everybody during these pushes that we're making for the end of the year. So size is on sale, and the challenge packs are usually $160, but on sale for $140. And then the Kickstart, which includes the 3-day refresh, is usually $205 on sale for $180, and they're including the fixed portion containers in those, so that's really cool. And then the 21-day fix is still on sale this month, which is awesome. And so the 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme are both on sale for $140, and then the Kickstarts are also on sale for it doesn't say there, but I think it's $180. And that the Kickstarts are the ones that include the 3-day refresh too. So that's pretty cool that they put all of those things on sale for us this month. Okay, and then for everybody who is participating in the Fall Classic, I just kind of wanted to review. So this is teams of 3 coaches who are participating in this challenge to earn points to get extra prizes. So it's just a cool way to kind of challenge ourselves to move forward. And I think we'll try and figure out who all is on teams, and we might do something a little extra to keep everybody motivated. But just for those that are, just to kind of remind you how you earn points. There's 1 point awarded for every Success Club point earned, 1 point awarded for every lifetime rank advancement, either yourself or one of your personally sponsored coaches, and those coaches don't have to be registered for the Fall Classic to count. And just a note that they have to rank advance by that Wednesday. So that the 26th is when they rank advance. So even if they rank advance following that in November, it doesn't count. So it has to be by the 26th. And then there's also going to be points awarded for every digestive, health, and focused energy, Power Greens and focused energy, or 3 boost bundles sold to a new or existing customer. So these are the Shakeology boosts that will also get you a point in the Fall Classic. And then the prizes, of course, the grand prize is a trip to Los Angeles. So what happens is on these teams of 3, for any newbies out there, these teams of 3, all these points will be added up together. And then over the whole network of coaches, if you get the most points, you get a grand prize trip to Los Angeles, which would be amazing. If you're in the top 10, you get some Amazon Echo, which I actually don't even know what that is. I should have looked that up. I'm sorry. Some of you techies probably know that. And you get all the prizes below, which the tier 1 prize. So if your team earns 10 points and you individually get Success Club 5, you get access to a webinar hosted by DeWitt Jones. And for any of us that went to Summit this year, I can tell you that he's a photographer by trade, but he just has this amazingly inspirational way of talking about his photographs that it's so captivating, it's so moving. So that's a really cool prize. And then tier 2 means that your team collectively got 25 points and you individually got Success Club 5, and then you get a master hammer and chisel apparel. So it looks like you get either a men's shirt or a women's shirt. And then if your team collectively gets 45 points and you individually get Success Club 10, then you get exclusive Team Beachbody coach jacket, which looks pretty awesome. So a little wear and share swag for the prizes, which is cool. In my opinion, cooler than the bobbleheads that they've given out before. So that's the Fall Classic. So that'll be really cool this month to see what kind of prizes we can earn for those participating. And then just a reminder that the Hammer and Chisel is coming December 1st. So I was talking with somebody recently about targeting some of my past challengers. So this is a little bit of an advanced program. I'm thinking of targeting people that have done the 21-day fix already, that are familiar with Autumn. Some people have done Body Beast, who's the other celebrity trainer, Sagi, and if they like that, they'll like this as well. Or some of my old challengers that have completed other programs, or maybe didn't complete them, or maybe completed them and then fell off the wagon. So that's going to be kind of my market to target to for this particular launch. So I think this is going to be really exciting. I'm personally really excited about doing it, and I think it will be really fun. And obviously, like I keep saying, I just know I'm going to look just like Autumn. I think I already kind of look like her. Just kidding. Okay, so that's coming December 1st. And then I think you all probably know at this point, but in case you don't, there's another new program we already know about from Tony Horton. It's going to be 22 minutes long, called Hardcore. And it's going to be like the boot camps, like a basic training kind of thing. So that should be really exciting. I'm personally a Tony Horton fan, so I'm looking forward to that one as well. And I think you maybe have all heard, but just to remind you as well, that there's a new Shakeology flavor coming out. We don't know exactly when, but cafe latte in early 2016. A reminder about the trainings, and a special reminder because I had the wrong date here before. So please mark your calendars. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, there's a 3 Vital Behaviors training on November 14th. This is just for Pittsburgh area, and it's an exclusive Kim Carver. They call him the coach whisperer because he's so great at inspiring coaches. And it's going to be on November 14th at the Omni William Penn downtown. There is training for everybody from 11 to 2, and then a specific training exclusive for diamonds. You have to be diamond by November 12th to get into the diamond breakfast training on November 14th from 8:30 to 10:30. So that will happen before the regular training. And then the next Super Saturday, to mark your calendars, and this would be anybody, anywhere, can find a Super Saturday across the United States and in Canada on January 9th, or they may do a Super Friday or a Super Sunday, but it's that weekend. So again, that's the correct date. I gave you the wrong date last time, so my apologies all around for anybody who, including me, had that wrong in their calendar. Okay, so I think that is it for my slides. Let me stop sharing here for a second. So I had asked before for volunteers to share their story, and Deb willingly volunteered this time to share a little bit more about herself and her story as a coach. So I'm going to turn it over to you for a few minutes, Deb.
Hey there.
There you go.
Well, I was really pleased when Kathleen contacted me to consider my Beachbody experience, and I had a lot of success with her support and the other challengers and coaches. So I continued on some other challenges, and just really pleased with the my progress. And also, my husband's diabetic, and I was really pleased also to see that the meals were things that he enjoyed, as well as helped his sugar levels drop, and he became a lot healthier. So I was really pleased with that. And then a few months later, Kathleen approached me about being a coach, and I was really hesitant about becoming a coach because my computer skills were and still are not up to par with many of the younger people. So I've been working on that as well. But I signed on and did a couple of coach basics, and then really got serious about coaching last winter and spring. I've had a few situations with people not being on Facebook. In my target group are, of course, the 55 plus or 50 plus. And it's been difficult sometimes to get people to trust the company. They're very skeptical and resistant to change. So that's been pretty much my biggest concern and problem with coaching. But the challenges that I had, the young challengers and the senior citizen challengers I have been a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed being a coach. And I so appreciate Inspiration Nation, and Terry and Shannon and Kathleen and Mia have all been very, very instrumental in supporting me, and I appreciate that.
That's so awesome. I love that you're here, Deb, and you have such a great market if we can still just figure out how to get in. I think you're so right on that. People in that age brackets tend to be skeptical because of past experiences or past whatever biases, I guess, about companies that they don't get it. But you just keep plowing through, and I love that. And you've already inspired so many people, and you just have such a wonderful knack for teaching. And that's, I don't think she mentioned it, but she's a teacher by profession, and she just has this way. Deb and I knew each other from, she volunteered at a place where I worked, and she just has such a way with people that makes everybody feel like they're important and that they're special. And so I so appreciate you being here and being such a support in the groups and on our team. And it's just really great. So I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I've really tried to keep a record of people's responses, and I'm working with I've found some other 50 plus Beachbody coaches, and we're going to work on a formula that will work with this age group, because talking about working from home and such, many of them are not, the blurbs and such that work for people in your age group don't necessarily work for us. So we really need to come up with an idea best to reach them and best to help them.
Yeah, that's so great. I mean, I love that you all can put your heads together, because I think that that will be really helpful. And you're right. I think that I've been hearing this term a lot lately, hot button issues or hot button targets or whatever. It's different. It is different. So that, yeah, you're exactly right. That kind of idea of staying home with your kids or whatever doesn't necessarily apply to your age category, but there is a hot button issue. If you can just tap into it, I think you'll take off. Awesome. Well, thank you, Deb. So we're going to switch gears a little bit, because I wanted to talk about this group that we have going called Cash for the Holidays, and this idea of having like a little game in there. And I was really hoping I'd have this finished, but it's not quite done. And I want to share it with you anyway. I'm going to probably finish it tonight or early tomorrow morning. But actually, you know what? Before I screen share with you, I'm going to tell you about it. So when we were on the retreat, we were trying to put our heads together about how we can do more for recruiting and how we can get people started a little bit more confidently, because as I think all of us have experienced, when you start out in a Coach Basics, it's overwhelming, and it's never going to be perfect. I mean, it's always going to be a bit overwhelming, but what we really wanted to just get across to people is that you can do it, and you can and to push through and to keep moving forward. And so we were trying to come up with a way to do that, especially now, this time of year, because getting on board now is critical for lots of reasons. One, because everybody can use the help, the support through the holidays. It's a very stressful time for lots of reasons, emotional stress, but also all the temptations. But also getting set up now with coaching will really help for when everybody has that quote unquote resolution effect, when everybody sets their New Year's resolutions. And we want to have people on our radar or we want to be on their radar for the person to go to when they want to make some healthy changes. So lots of great reasons why now's the time to get new coaches on board and get people feeling comfortable with this business. So what we came up with was this idea of having a Cash for the Holidays group. And the idea is not that necessarily that people want to make this job their full-time job or earn a full-time income. Not that, of course, not that that's not possible, but in the beginning, it might be helpful just to help people understand that they can earn some cash towards their holiday spending, which would be pretty cool. I'd like some cash toward holiday spending myself. So we're coming up with a more simplified version of a Coach Basics so that it wouldn't be so overwhelming and people could kind of hit the ground running. So we came up with this group, Cash for the Holidays, and then any coaches in that group will be able to point people to the challenge group we're calling Hot for the Holidays. And Hot for the Holidays has special meaning to me because it's one of the very first groups that I did that had really a lot of success. And actually some of the coaches on this call were challengers in that very group that eventually became coaches. And it was one of the most fun groups we've ever had. There was so much participation. So this is the third year I've done a Hot for the Holidays group. And so what we were thinking is that the Hot for the Holidays group it will start on November 9th, so next Monday. And it will be open for the whole month. It will have open enrollment. Unlike some of our other groups, it won't have a start and a finish necessarily. It will just be as challengers come on board, they will be entered into this or be put in this Hot for the Holidays group. And we'll just kind of go through basics in there, and we'll go through, we're going to encourage everybody to try on demand that they get for free no matter which challenge pack they purchase, and try different workouts in there through the month of November, and we'll support everybody through Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. And then come December, then we can put them into specific groups if they want to specifically do the 21-day fix or size or whatever. And the Cash for the Holidays group will also stay open all month, and we'll just keep helping people roll them into this idea of how to get started with coaching. So the idea is that we can get more people, hopefully, by doing it this way versus having a specific start date that people might miss, as long as they enter into it this month of November. So as we've been talking about it, okay, I'm gonna screen share with you. As we've been talking about it, I thought we were gonna, and I still think we'll do these kickoff calls on Sunday evenings at 9 for anybody that joins in the group. And we had one this Sunday, and I kind of walked away from that thinking, like, I don't know if people got everything that we said, and I don't know if I communicated it well, and I wonder how they're feeling, because in the Facebook group itself, like when you're new to a Facebook group and the things get jumbled in the news feed, and it may be confusing. So what I thought was that if we put together a guide that they could print out and hold in their hands, that it might make it a little bit easier. I know for me, I would prefer something like that. So I was trying to put that together, and I wanted to have it completed for you tonight, but it's not quite done, but you can visualize it, I hope. So the idea of this, again, would be you sign on a new coach who wants to just earn a little bit of cash for the holidays, and you'd be able to, if you're there in person, you could print it out and hand it to them, or you can just direct them to this. I'll make it into a PDF as soon as I'm done. But so what it will look like is that here it is right here. So I'm just going to talk you through it so you can explain it to other people better too. So there'll be a nice picture on the front here. And then this is something new that I just heard, and I love it so much, and I couldn't wait to share it with you all. So I think I'm going to start off the guide with this little story. I went on an interview for a part-time job, and when the boss asked what I wanted for compensation, I replied, first, I would like 25% commission on everything I sell deposited directly into my bank account of choice. Number two, I expect you to provide me with all the free training I need to become successful. Number three, I would also expect a dedicated team of fitness and nutrition experts to design programs that produce amazing results. Number four, I expect you to handle payment, processing, shipping, clinical trials, and a warehouse to keep the products. Number five, I expect you to also take care of advertising the product for me as well, in the range of millions of dollars worth of advertising. Number six, I do not want to host regular parties, stock inventory, or deliver products. Number seven, I want everything to be web-based so I can work from anywhere. Number eight, when I bring in and train any new salespeople, I deserve to be compensated a percentage of their sales and the sales of the people they share it with. Number 9, I would like the opportunity to rapidly advance within the company. Number 10, when I do well, I expect lots of praise and recognition, fabulous trips, prizes, and especially cash bonuses. Number 11, I would like my friends and family to work here. And number 12, by the way, I need to set my own schedule and work only when it suits me and my family. So when can I start? After the owner recovered from shock and laughter, he says, lady, you can't be serious. You're dreaming. You'll never find an opportunity like that anywhere. And if you do, come back and get me because I want to work with you. So I gave him my Team Beachbody business card. What can I say? This gig is that good. Isn't that awesome? Somebody sent that to me, but it was written for a different network marketing company. So I just changed it a bit for our situation. And I'm like, that is so cool. So anyway, so I thought we could kind of kick off our little guide here with that little story. This is the part that's unfinished too. I wanted to do just a little intro of the group, what we're doing. I wanted to share Terry's story in particular because she did this very thing. When she started in the Hot for the Holidays group, she just simply invited people. So I'm just going to do a little synopsis of Terry's story. She just simply invited people to join in with her, and that was her start to this whole business. So we'll talk about what the Cash for the Holidays, just a few sentences about what it is, what the Hot for the Holidays group is. And I want to put in there something about this pack, that you can pass this on to somebody else too. And then this will just be what's included in here, a little table of contents that I'm just going to walk you through right now. So this is all the technical stuff. This is what I was trying to do today. I took screenshots to hopefully make it as easy as possible for people. And hopefully if you see anything, you let me know. But so the technical stuff first, how to log on, go to Team Beachbody, click teambeachbody.com, click sign in, enter your email and password, and then how to set up your website. I realized on the call on Sunday night that I can't do this anymore because mine's already set up, but there actually is this setup wizard. It's really hard to see in this when I'm screen sharing with you. But once you logged in, click on the startup wizard and follow the step-by-step instructions. And there's this video that walks them through from Beachbody if they want even more step-by-step instructions. And then to set up their direct deposit. So then they can go to Coach Online Office, and then click My Business and EFT Management. And then I'm pointing out to them here their Coach ID. And then we go into some sample invites, and these are the ones Terry posted in the group already. So these are the things that they can actually copy and paste if they want to, or make it into their own, which would be even better. But just some ideas of how to actually invite people to the group. And then these are some example follow-ups. So what to say when somebody says, can you tell me more? And then some videos they could share if they want to with anybody who's a prospective customer. And then some more follow-ups because we know that they're going to hear objections, as we all do. So if somebody says it's too much money, this is a sample response they could say. If somebody says not right now, this is a sample response. If somebody doesn't respond, this is how they could follow up. If they still don't respond, this is how they can follow up. And then just some encouragement to keep moving forward. And then these are the instructions on how to order. So there's so somebody says yes, then they can go to this page. And these are the step-by-step instructions that I gave out for the whole time almost until we got this mobile enroller app, which some people love and some people don't. And either one of these methods works, so whatever works for you. So you can do on your phone, you can do Coach Mobile teambeachbody.com. And these are what the login screens look like. You can also do it on the computer, I just found out, so that's cool. And then the last part that I want to finish here that I didn't finish yet is something, I want to say something, and maybe I should put that first, about inviting somebody else to coach, not just to be customers, but inviting somebody else to coach. And I want to say how they can still earn money that way and actually earn even more that way. And then I want to make a little section about the monthly fee, just so that they know, and that they can tell other people too, that the Shakeology gets on Home Direct, so that we can make sure that nobody's surprised by that, and that they have an on-demand free trial for 30 days. So I'm going to include that in here as well. And then Jeannie gave me this cool little, I put it into the stock, contact list tracker. So this would be the way that people can write out who they're in touch with, when they message them, if they did a follow-up or two, any little notes about it, and then which program they eventually purchased. So they can start keeping track, which would be great from the start. And then they could make more copies of this as needed. And then this is going to be the super fun part, I think. So this was not my original idea. I found this from somebody else, but I think it's so cool and so much fun. So in the group, I think we're going to do a Cash for the Holidays bingo. And what they would do is print out this bingo card. And then we're going to give away prizes for anybody that gets bingo. So we'll give away some prizes for the first bingos that are, across and down and diagonal and whatever. And then, but then we'll also give some huge prize to somebody that fills their whole card and that kind of stuff. So it would just hopefully make it a lot of fun. But it also is a great way to check and make sure that people, it's kind of like a glorified checklist, so to speak, that people are kind of on target with what they need to do. So here are the things that we thought of that would be good for this little game. So set up your Team Beachbody account, sell a challenge pack, listen to a team call, invite 5 people to our Hot for the Holidays group, try a new Shakeology recipe, look in the files and find the how to sign people up doc, post a picture on your timeline of you drinking Shakeology, try a new workout from On Demand, set your EFT and receive direct deposit, invite 5 people, write a personal comment on a coach from the group's post. Let's all support each other, find your coach ID, sell a challenge pack, post inspiration to your timeline, a quote or a picture, invite 3 people to the Cash for the Holidays group. You can earn money and they can earn some extra too. Friend request 3 coaches in this group, sell a challenge pack, post a sweaty picture, follow up with 3 people you invited, post a healthy recipe on your timeline, follow up with people, invite 5 more people, add 5 new friends to Facebook, sign up your spouse or family member as a coach. And that is it. So I think hopefully that will be really helpful to people. And then my thought is that, as we move forward together, we can just change out the title here and make it Cash for the New Year, or Cash for Easter, or Cash for the summer, Cash for your summer vacation, whatever we want it to be. And then we can just kind of keep moving forward if this works well, make any little changes that we need to, and then just hopefully start off some people with this coaching business with the really simplified version of Coach Basics that's a little bit more fun and light. And then as people gain some success and some momentum, then we can do kind of a Coach Basics that has a little bit more detail about, rank advancements and what Success Club means and so on and so forth. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing for a second. So what are your thoughts about that? Does anybody, there's some chat things here. Okay, cool. So does anybody want to offer some feedback? I'm sorry, and you're all muted, so let's get some conversation going. So what do you think of it, and is there anything that stands out that you want to change or modify or add or whatever?
I just had a question about back for the holiday. They will be ordering Shakeology, but doing on-demand workouts.
Yes, so our thought was, and I think anybody can change this for your individual needs, but our thought was nobody's going to want to start the 21-day fix with Thanksgiving in the middle of it.
Right.
So our thought was, why not have them try some of the on-demand workouts kind of for the month? And there's a schedule that we're going to use that Shannon's team uses for their free groups, like a 14-day, do this, try this workout, try that one, try the other one, whatever. So that's our thought. But my opinion would be, if somebody wants to get started right away with their program, then that's great too. But it just won't be a specific group for a specific program. What else?
There's no, this is all of November, kind of like rolling through, correct? Because I haven't secured anything yet, but I'll continue to keep trying to get coaches into here. But are they going to be way behind, or like with this? I know they could always catch up, but is it okay that they kind of roll in whenever, right?
Yeah, that's my thinking is that, yes, that's my plan too, because I have somebody that I'm talking to this week. And so what I'm thinking is that if we just offer them calls, and we could actually, this would be good to have your all opinions about too, because I have some people that missed the call on Sunday that now I'm like, should I set up individual calls, or we could do like try and group them together, or it could just be everybody's responsibility in here for anybody that brings somebody on board that you just kind of go through that packet with them. I don't know. Do you guys have opinions? Would it be good to do a group format, or would you rather do it kind of individual? Because I think once they have that packet, we can just use the group for questions and for bingos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think if you just, if someone joins late, my thinking was, it's not like we're posting a whole lot in that group. There's been like a couple, but if there are a couple things that we think maybe they really need to watch or listen to, just like tag their name in it, tell them to watch this first. When they're done, they can like it or let you know, and then if there's something else they can do. But the packet, I think, is a good thing to just kind of give and maybe go through on our own individually. And if they have questions, they can ask you or in the group. So I think it'll be hard to do it if people are coming in, in a week or two, because I'm hoping to get more people in there too, but it would be hard to kind of keep grouping them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I can do too is I can take a look at Melanie has that like rolling coach basics, and I can't remember how that works. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
like
to the top.
Yeah, how does that work? I don't know, but I'll look at hers. Is it like a photo album? Maybe it's a photo album.
It might be.
Okay, I'll look at that.
What? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of you brand new coaches, like, what do you guys think about, because I had a conversation with someone that was on the phone conversation on Sunday night. I mean, brand new, like she literally is just coming on board. She's done challenge, but she was a little overwhelmed with the information. And so I sat down with her last night. But like some of you newer coaches, what do you think of this process? Because we've all been through different forms and fashions.
I just started, and it's a lot of groups and a lot of calls, and I'm not real sure what I should get on, and but I will say that I have another friend on Facebook who signed up as a coach like 3 days ago, and her and I were chatting, and I'm like, oh, I got to get on this call, and there's these groups that we have, and then there's these groups of other coaches that we have, and she's like, really? She's like, I just have my coach, and I'm kind of lost. I don't know what I'm doing. So, I mean, all these groups are helpful, and I kind of, I don't know what the rules are about stealing coaches, but I kind of want to grab her and say, hey, just test out the waters over here. But it's kind of I know her coach as well, and they're pretty good friends, so I doubt that's going to happen. But it is a lot, and it's a lot of. My news feed has been absolutely taken over. And it is a lot to swallow, but I'm going to have a call tomorrow night with Jeannie, my coach, and we're going to kind of try and hash out some of this stuff.
That's such a good point. There are a lot of groups, and every team does it a little bit differently, or maybe a lot differently. I don't know. But yeah, maybe this little guide will help simplify, at least in the beginning, is my hope. And no, you can't steal her. There are rules about that, and they have to, once they're signed on, they have to, what do I want to say? So cancel their membership for 6 months, and then she could sign on with you. So it's a bummer, I know, because our team rocks.
It does, though, compared to hers. I mean, she's like, I mean, my coach answers my question. She's like, but I'm completely lost. I don't know what I'm doing now, so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're here with us.
All right.
I mean, you can kind of work with her because you're friends, but
Yeah,
we can't officially welcome her.
I had a similar situation with one of my neighbors. Her daughter is also doing a 21-day fix in Columbus, Ohio, and coach signed her on, and that's it. So my neighbor has been making copies of everything that I've been giving her because she doesn't have a printer that's working. So her daughter is just using everything that I'm giving her from our group.
Oh, that stinks, Deb.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very nice of you.
It's a shame. It's a
Yeah.
shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know when I first started, I mean, I like having that hands-on piece of paper, because there's times when
Right.
I go, okay, what file did I save that in? Where is it on my computer? Where do I find that? Was it an inspiration? Look, Wendy was shaking her head. Was it an Inspiration Nation? Like even yesterday, I was like frantically trying to find something. So having that actual piece of paper, where even though you have it and it can be saved on your computer, you at least go, okay, that's where it is, and oh, that's what you have to say, is kind of a nice. It's like that little manual of. I mean, just because sometimes things are just so overwhelming to find.
Yeah, I agree. Was there anything that you guys noticed that would be missing? Or actually, I'll share it in the group, and you can take a closer look at it and see if there's anything. And we can make changes. You know what I mean? It's not going to be something that's in stone. Like if you give it to somebody and you hear them say, "What about this?" And then let's just add to it. You know what I mean? Did any of you notice anything though when I went through it really quickly? I know that was really fast. Do you think that we should put earlier on the part about signing up more coaches? That's my other thought. Especially for this group I mean, it's going to be a month long, but a month goes by pretty quickly. So I'm thinking if somebody wanted to bring on a friend to coach with them, that's my other thought, is to just switch the order around a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you see our heads bobbing?
What did you think of that little story? Wasn't that awesome?
I love it. I want to share it. I want to share it somehow.
Can you send that's in the thing. Never mind. We can just get it from there. But yeah, I do like that a lot.
I know. It's so good. I wish I came up with it.
I know. And then how do you share it? Like, it's almost like I want to put it on how do you share that? Is it something you private message somebody because that is awesome.
That'd be good for to put in a sneak peek just to have, or I don't know.
I like it. I want to make a video. Maybe I'll make a song. I'm going to write a song. Wendy's going to accompany me. Yes.
Oh, Wendy. Are you a singer, Wendy?
When I have to.
She's a piano player.
Oh, nice. We're going to have a little Inspiration Nation band by the time we're done. This is awesome.
I am not going to be a part of it.
We will need backup dancers.
Okay.
I'd like to fill that role? Okay.
Only
I
if
can play the cowbell. That's about all.
Sarah.
Awesome. Okay, so does everybody feel like you got a handle on how to talk about this with anybody that might be interested? Because overall, my whole goal is for us to feel confident talking about this business opportunity with people, because it really is awesome. And if it's a little too hard we've talked about before, it's a little too hard to say some of the things that the top coaches are saying about 6-figure incomes and you know what I mean, retiring their husbands and stuff like that. But I think everybody in here, I think, that's been doing this for at least a little bit can say that you've earned some cash towards something like your product or towards Shakeology or towards your grocery bill or whatever. And I'm hoping that this kind of design makes it a little easier and helps everybody get a little bit more confident in talking about it.
Yeah. The only other added thing that I'm hoping, and we really have to stress in this group, is that, not to the whole go for no idea somehow, you know what I mean? Like that there's going to be no's, because I think that's where the discouragement will happen. Like, even just talking to some of these new people, they come on and it's like not to get discouraged at the no. And I don't know how you can write that or how you can Maybe that's even one of the bingo squares, like go for 20 no's.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's good. I can address a little bit more on the objection page too, just like make
Yeah.
it normalize it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'll go back to my Brian Tracy lingo about that.
Yes, that's exactly why you need this.
Yeah, we can, like I said, we can kind of keep this evolving as we move forward and you find things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. All right, does anybody else have anything you want to add to this? Oh, did somebody say something? No. Anyway, okay, something you want to add to the Cash for the Holidays group? Idea, template thing? No? Okay, cool. Well, then I think what we should do in that group is I'll start rolling out the guide as soon as I'm going to change the cover photo to be a bingo thing. And then we'll start talking about some of the prizes and how they can win them and stuff like that. So it should be really fun, I think.
I want to win.
I know, right? There's some cool prizes. I have the whole P90X thing from whatever. We'll get some cool prizes. All right, well then let's wrap it up for tonight. Thanks for getting on, everybody. Thanks for sharing your story, Deb.
Yes.
Nice to hear from you. And we will talk again next Tuesday. And I think, I don't know, I have some ideas, but does anybody have anything that you want to hear about for the next call? All right. I have some ideas, so I'll just go forward with that. But if you think of something that you'd find especially helpful, let's talk about it. Or a speaker that you'd like to hear. We haven't had a speaker for a little bit. Okay, well, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for getting on. Bye.
Bye.